Hey, it's Adele from Let's Get Inkie, and long time no see. I only uploaded a video yesterday, but here is another Journal with Me double process video today. And because the day that I'm recording this is Christmas, and the day that you're seeing this, depending on where you live in the world, it will either be Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, or still Christmas Day. I thought that we would do some Christmassy themed pages today. I'm also uploading a video over on my Inkie Quill channel, so make sure you check that out if you like scrapbooking. I am paying homage to my dad today because it's also his birthday. So for this first one, I've got these photos of Cheeky Little Arch from 2019. Yes, 2019. And this was Violet's first Christmas as well. And I'm going through my big plastic container of Christmas bits and bobs. Now, this container at this point was very unsorted. It was chaos. It was Christmas chaos. And honestly, it reflects a bit of my brain at Christmas time. There's just things and thoughts absolutely everywhere, and nothing matches up. And so this was the first video that I filmed in the last couple of months that was Christmassy themed. And so since then I have tidied up my stash box a little bit more. But I have a question for you peeps about themed scrapping. It's not something that I do often, but I do want to get more, I guess I want to get more of a specific stash for several specific themes going. And I'd love to know how you sort your stash. So do you separate your themes into, different containers such as this, and pop them away that way? Or is it just all in with your normal stash? At the moment, I only have a Christmas and a Halloween box, but I'm thinking of creating a little, like a travel themed one as well, and possibly a birthday themed one too. So for this one, I've made my big photo strip on the left-hand side, and then I'm using that Jingle All the Way. It was one of my Inkie Printables from 2020, from November 2020. And then I'm going through some of the beautiful Cocoa Vanilla bits and bobs. I tend to usually stay away from ephemera in my journals, not for any reason except that the ease of sticking and plonking a sticker is just more appealing when I'm in journal mode. I think my stick and plonkiest mode is journals, is when I'm in my traveler's notebook, because I just feel like because they're not hiding behind a page protector like my scrapbook albums are, you can feel all of the bits of paper and stickers stuck onto the page, and yeah, I just feel like really going crazy with all of the embellishments. So let's chat. I'm looping back. My brain is extremely tangenty because, like I said, it's Christmas Day when I'm recording this. The Archie has just gone to bed. He had a nap today, so the Toomey nap, it powers him through the evening. So it's after 9 o'clock, and he's only just gone to bed. He's still not asleep, but at least he won't interrupt if I start a voiceover coming out to see what we're up to. But I want to talk theme stuff again, because there's a scrapper that I love watching her videos. Her name is, I think it's Nick Makin, Nicmakin. In my head, I always call it Nick Mackin, but I don't think that's how she pronounces it. And she once did a craft room tour where she showed how she stores all of her embellishments, and she keeps a lot of things in themed categories. She does scrap a lot more, say, specific holidays and things than I would. But yeah, I just love to chat. Let's chat themed embellies and things, because there's something that, say for Christmas, for example, you don't need to use it all year round, or I just love to know your thoughts on how you store all of those things. All right, so we're supersonic speed now, and I'm writing in my journaling here using my Pilot G207 pen as usual, and I also used my Tombow dual brush markers before as well. Adding in, I've been really liking a whole lot of text, so I've been really trying to add in a bunch of text recently, and then also trying, I didn't do it on this one, but also trying to include those magazine clippings and things when I can. This one was a bit different because that whole left-hand side was photos, which isn't, I don't know if I've ever done a photo strip like this in my traveler's notebooks, but I really freaking like it. So I'm definitely going to try and incorporate that one again. So now these are photos from Violet's first Christmas, so back in December 2019, before things went a little bit crazy in the world. And at this point she was 5 weeks old, so she was just a little one, and she spent most of the time sleeping, which was great for us because we hosted 2 lots of get-togethers. We hosted Christmas breakfast at our house, and then some of those people went home, different family members arrived, and we hosted Christmas lunch. In all honesty, I don't know what I was thinking. 5 weeks post C-section, would not recommend. I had a lot of trouble standing up straight still at that point. And so, yes, I must admit, this Christmas in particular is very, very blurry. I think because afterwards to help, I did have to take some strong painkillers to get through the aftermath of Christmas. But nevertheless, we persevere and we do what we do for our children to make the day as magical as possible for them. So now I'm doing a little tip in, and this blue card is again one of the Inkie printables from my Patreon for November 2020. And I don't often chat about the details of my Patreon because I hate selling myself and chatting about it. But if you are a new follower or a new watcher to this video, I have been on Patreon for 4.5 years now, and I think there's over 450 videos. I put 8 up every month, as well as a complete printable collection every month. And so if you join now, you get access to all of those things. So there's probably, what's 412s? 48, plus probably about 6 months worth. So there's probably 54 printable collections, and each of those collections has anywhere from 6 to 30 pages per collection. And then, yeah, like I said, there's over 450 videos at this point, and some of them go for over an hour, and they're very different to these videos in that they have more of a specific focus. There's lots of mini series over there. I do a lot of craft room things, album flip throughs, specific journals that have never seen the light of day on YouTube but just stay over there on Patreon. So if you're interested, it's only $12 or $15 depending on whatever tier you'd like to join at. And yeah, give it a little look-see. Give yourself a treat for 2022 and a bit of a burst of creative mojo if you're feeling like me and a little bit flat after the chaos of Christmas. So while I've been spooking that, which I always say I really don't like talking about myself like that, we are sticking and we're plonking. And I freaking love these little sticker books that Cray Paper have been bringing out recently. And I must admit, I did find this collection a little bit hard to work with just because it was so winter heavy. And of course, over here in Australia, we're very not wintry. But however, this particular Christmas that we're in at the moment, I think is it an El Nino maybe? Or is it the Nina one? I think it's an El Nino. We are chilly this Christmas. And by chilly, I say today was 29 degrees Celsius where I live, which for summer is not hot. Like it's warm, it's hot, but it's not hot. And there's been previous Christmases that have definitely gotten close to 40, if not 40. So yeah, we're having a very cool summer, which, as someone with very pasty Ranger is redhead here in Australia, very pasty Ranger skin, I don't like the heat and the sunshine because it burns me. I have like basically vampire skin, and burn on a cloudy day or a sunny day just being in the sun for 10 seconds. And so I have been enjoying a bit of a cooler summer this year as well. So now I am doing a ton of sprinkly bits, because sprinkly bits just always seem relevant, and I think with Christmas they bring an extra little magical, bling, like a little magical little fairy dust, and I was very, very happy that I was able to use those lights in the ephemera pack from Pink Fresh, because I have a bit of trouble with lights and bunting and all of those sorts of things. So now adding another chunk of text here, and like I said with that previous page, I'm really trying to include more text, just because I've been flipping through, previous journals, and I've really been enjoying it. So now I had this little gap and it wasn't really enough space to write something, so I grabbed some of my tiny word strips from that same November 2020 Printables collection, and I always like to include little tiny word strips in the Printables because I use the bejesus out of them, and they're very, very handy for, just adding that final little touch. So here is, we're almost there, almost. I really enjoy tip-ins, and I should include them more often. I often think that they're hard to put together, but they're really not. And I need to include them more often because they're that extra tactile little element to the page, and yeah, they're fun. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, peeps, and if you are celebrating Christmas or another holiday at the moment, I hope you are having a fantastic one. I'm thinking of you if you cannot be close to your family, or if there are loved ones who aren't with you this year, and I am sending big love and big hugs to all of you, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.